What men need to understand about women. No, so I've been running through a few memes lately, and I kind of got about four or five that are sort of related to each other. But I want to make a point before I start, before I get into this, that just because a woman is not slutting around, just because she's not quote unquote riding the cock carousel, because not all women do. All right, I know MGTOW guys like to work in absolutes, but there's always exceptions. Okay, so you might find one. You might find one who's not out there slutting around. She's not a club slut. She's not obviously promiscuous. It doesn't mean she's just because she's not obviously promiscuous does not mean she's not actually promiscuous, by the way. I learned that the hard way a few times. Just because she looks like a nice girl, just because she's, shy and reserved and she doesn't leave the house much does not mean she's not getting dick. Does not mean she's not regularly getting dick, because it's too easy in today's day and age with Tinder, all the dating apps. It's too easy to get dick. So don't make that mistake. Understand that there's a good chance that your little sweet princess, your little sweetheart, has gotten a lot of dick that she hasn't talked about, because it's too easy to just get online and just meet up with the guy in 5 minutes and get some dick. And I believe most are. I would say high percentages. Even the nice girls, woo woo woo. And let's just say that. But let's, in addition to that, let's just say that if if she's genuinely not getting dick, let's just say that. Let's just say you find one who's genuinely not riding the cock carousel. Doesn't mean she's not hypergamous. Okay? So I want to talk today about that. I want to talk about female nature. Now, this is an extreme example. I don't even know nowadays. This is probably a regular example. 126 men have nutted in me prior to my relationship, and my man still loves me for me, a king. And down here it says he just broke up with me. Y'all won. Okay, well he got smart, and he took the red pill real quick on her and dumped her, and took the wisdom and walked out the door. But this is an extreme example, but I would say women are all a variation of this in today's day and age. They're not just sitting around waiting for a guy to come court them. They're just not sitting around waiting for a suitor. And even if they are, man, even if you get that lucky, guess what? She's still hypergamous. Guess what? She's still choosing the best suitor. She's still choosing the guy with the most money. She's not choosing based on love. She's not choosing based on things in common, etc. She still has female nature. That's what I want to talk about. I talk about female nature. You have to be educated. The point is, should a man really settle down with the woman in today's day and age? And I would say one of the only arguments for that nowadays, because we're finding out women can't really love men. They can't really love men. Okay, as we see in this one here, women are biologically incapable of truly loving men. It is just how women evolved. Men evolved to be loyal providers to the mother of his children, because that gave his offspring maximum chance of survival. Women evolved to be disloyal and always on the lookout for a better provider. That seems to be very true, man. That seems to be very true. There's always going to be, the exception. There's always going to be a guy out there that's like, no, my woman didn't leave me. I was homeless, and woo, woo, woo. She stuck with me, woo, woo. Well, she saw some intrinsic biological value in you, or she's just dumb as fuck. Because most other women are going to leave. Most other women are going to leave. And it's very rare that you actually find a woman who will stick with you through a hard time, because women do not function on principle. They function on selfishness and survival. You could argue that it's survival. I call it selfishness. I call it childishness, because there's no pressure to evolve that way. Men, we kind of have to be idealistic. We kind of have to live our lives through principle, because we're called on the carpet. We don't have that get out of jail free card for being a woman in our back pocket that all women have. Oh, I'm a woman, I get less prison sentence. I'm a woman, I don't get the same amount of jail time as a man. I'm a woman, I get out of tickets for free. I'm a woman, I get free dates and free drinks. I'm a woman, the man has to work and the man has to provide for me. I'm a woman, it's so hard for me. All I got to do is pump out some babies, and that's my only job. Meanwhile, they're failing at that, killing millions of babies a year through Planned Parenthood because they're not even moral. They're slutty, and they got to go out and kill their babies in order to deal with their own sluttiness, right? Same goal, different strategies. Nature, sorry about that. Oh, and then of course nowadays we have these women who are killing their kids, not even aborting through Planned Parenthood, but literally killing their kids, and they're getting off. The Casey Anthonys of the world, they're getting off. They're getting out of jail free. They're literally not getting jail time for literally murdering their own kids. And I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 5-year-olds. These women are killing their kids. I see it all the time on social media. Almost every time I fire up my laptop, I'm seeing another mother murdering her children, literally murdering her children, drowning them, choking them, whatever, and it's fucked up. And these women are not getting the same sentences, not even to mention the female pedophiles, not even to mention all these sicko women teachers who are molesting young 15-year-old kids, and that warps the kids, and those little young boys are often grow up to be molesters, and these asshole guys are always like, oh, where was that woman when I was a kid? No, those kids get warped. Some of them commit suicide. Those kids who get, who quote unquote have sex with the teachers, aka the teachers statutorily rape them. Okay, and these women are not getting, the same amount of jail time, bro. They're just not, and that's they have that in the back pocket. Men don't have that. We have to be moralistic. We have to live our lives according to standards, and that's the main difference. Because they evolved differently. Exactly. That's why they evolved differently. Women do not love men the same way men love women. And then my argument there is, so then why would you ever enter into a relationship with a woman? If she can't love you, for real love you, then why would you do it? If her love is conditional and opportunistic, why would you do it? And I think men are just so fucking lonely. I think a lot of these men are so fucking lonely that they just settle. They just say, okay, well, I know she'll never love me, but at least she's around now. At least I have somebody next to me now. And I've seen this a lot, actually. I've seen these beta, and I think that's beta. I'd rather be single than, be with a woman who, if my money dries up and my circumstances change, she'll be gone. Or if she finds someone better, she'll be gone. And I hate these red pill / PUA guys who are saying, oh, be the best that she can be. Fuck you. These guys. Anyway, this is why women get over a long-term relationship breakup so much easier than men, because they were never that deeply psychologically invested in the first place. Exactly. 100% true. 100% true. Women do not have the same kind of heartbreak that men have, because they're just not, they don't have the depths of the way men love. And men get just ridiculed. Men have a hard time when it comes to this. Of course, many men these days have adapted to, just being providers. And if you're not and it's like, to me, that's just a broken human being. That's a broken man who is only, his only worth and the only reason his family or his wife doesn't leave them is because he's a solid provider. I mean, that's like jail to me. Like, I'd rather be single for the rest of my life than live that, man. Men love idealistically, women love opportunistically. Unlike women, men love idealistically. To a man, love is a principle that is greater than himself. Men don't use love as a survival tactic like women do. Men latch on to a belief that his love was special and meant to be. Thus, men take longer to get over heartbreak. The longer I'm alive, the more that seems true. The 8 men women love. This one's interesting. It's not going to focus. Okay, there we go. Her first love, who lives in her heart forever. Her ex-boyfriend, whom she looks back on with rose-colored glasses and wonders if it could ever work again. Her online flirt, a guy she hasn't met in the real world but she fantasizes about. Her current man, her backup man, a coworker or friend who could be turned into a boyfriend if needed. Her second backup man, just in case. She's got two backup men. The man who is stuck in the friend zone but is very helpful with chores and errands. Yeah, that's oftentimes your husband. Her husband, her celebrity crush, all others will be